Okay, we're back to do the second part of the top 10 directors countdown, second part of 3. So we did numbers 10 and 9 last time, and that was Paul Verhoeven at number 10, and number 9 we had Stanley Kubrick. There's number 8. I was debating whether switching this with number 9 a lot of times, but you know, they're all pretty close, and it is the classic director with a lot of range. The auteur writes a lot of his own stuff, which probably pushed him just over the edge. Billy Wilder. Now, Billy Wilder is probably best known for films like Sunset Boulevard, The Apartment, or Some Like It Hot, Double Indemnity, but my personal favourite, Witness for the Prosecution, and another one I particularly like, Ace in the Hole. So these are the, as far as I'm concerned, the top six Billy Wilder films. He has a plethora of other films of you know, on various subjects. What I like about Billy Wilder is, you know, you have film noir, you have this sort of a weird film noir hybrid. The Apartment, it's like a kind of a black comedy, and you have much more of a straight-up screwball comedy with Some Like It Hot. Then you've got this sort of deeper satire on the media, and then you've got this great courtroom thriller. Just really great director. I think his writing overshadows his direction with a lot of people, but he has got a lot of skill behind the framing of the shot and the way the films are put together. Billy Wilder, one of the all-time greats. Which brings us to number 7. We're going to go to France with the great Jean-Pierre Marville. Very influential crime director, sort of a renegade in his home country of France, breaking a lot of rules early on in his career, trailblazing. He sort of did a lot of crime films and a lot of World War II resistance films. Such style, such perfection, such coolness. My personal favorite is Le Cercle Rouge, which I have, the Red Circle, which I have here on Blu-ray. Which I also have in this DVD set here, along with Bob Le Flambeur, Leon Morin Priest, Les Doulos, Army of Shadows, and in Flick. There's only one crime film that I haven't been able to get a hold of to watch yet. I can't remember what it's called right now, I'll just put it down there. But he's so consistent. Another one of his big name films, Le Samurai. It's wonderful stuff. And I don't never know how to pronounce this, but it's a great one as well. And an underrated classic, which I picked up on Blu-ray last year. I blind bought it. I'd never seen it. Just bought it on the strength of his name. Is Two Men in Manhattan. I really love this film, where he actually stars as well as one of the two men in Manhattan. I recommend you check this out. I've got links to some of these films I'm talking about for each director, so I'm going to put them in the description, and I'll also put the link for the part 1 of this series down in the description. Okay, so that brings us to number 6, which I'm sure this guy was influenced by Jean-Pierre Marville. These two places could have switched very easily. Talking about, of course, fabled crime director Michael Mann, as master craftsman in moody crime films, detailed, layered character studies. This is my favorite from him, Thief. Pretty much neck and neck with Heat. Also, other great crime films of his. Collateral, it's a little different, little bit of a different style of story compared to these other two. Underrated Public Enemies. It does take a while to get sort of the period piece with the crisp digital photography. It's little bit unsettling at first when you watch it, but when you get into it, it's... And I'm not a fan of Johnny Depp, but I like him here. Another underrated one is his version of Miami Vice. Of course, he was a big contributor to the creation of the Miami Vice TV series. He did a very different movie, and that is it's badass. And we have the original appearance of Hannibal Lecter in his film Manhunter, based on the book Red Dragon. The superior to Red Dragon in every way. Obviously, Red Dragon was made by a hack. This is flawed, but it's still pretty wonderful to watch. And this wonderful expose on the tobacco industry. Only Michael Mann could make a film as tense and nail-biting as this about the subject matter he did. He also has done some other films of different genres as well, like The Keep, which was a World War II horror. Unfortunately, the studios came in and hacked that to pieces, cut out about almost an hour, I believe, out of that film, and we've never had a director's cut. I think, much like David Fincher was with Alien 3, Michael Mann has sort of washed his hands of The Keep and the people who produced that. Luckily, with Alien 3 for Fincher, somebody assembled a cut from his notes, a work print cut, and we do have that available, and it's quite wonderful. But with The Keep, we only have the butchered version, which has some stunning visuals and a great score of Tangerine Dream, which they scored a few of Michael Mann's films, and quite wonderful. Also, The Last of the Mohicans is quite popular. I do have a video of my Michael Mann film rankings. I'll pop that in the description as well. There's going to be a lot of links down there. Okay, so the last one we're going to do for today is number 5. And that is the prolific, bombastic Woody Allen. This is a documentary about Woody Allen. I just keep it with my Woody Allen films. Such an amazing director. He writes and directs his final cut and edits all of his films. After a few early experiences, he decided that was the way he was going to do films. He makes them on specific budgets, and he puts out, for the last 25 whatever years, 30 years, he has put out one film every year. So it's an amazing output for a person who's writing and directing. Gets amazing stars, amazing dialogue, writes beautifully for women, and it's really good. So I've got a few of my favorites here on Blu-ray, and a few I'm waiting for. But here we have Whatever Works, very underrated, hilarious, one of his funniest. An old script that he dug out, and Larry David sort of plays the Woody Allen part, brings his own Larry Davidness to it. Very underrated, and it has a pretty good message in there. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, stunning to look at, great performances. Scoop, this is I don't know why this film doesn't get as much love as I give it. It is hilarious, fun, caper, just a really good film. Scarlett Johansson's great. One of his very best, Crimes and Misdemeanors, sort of half dark drama and half comedy, stories intertwined. Really quite a special film. And another one of his best, of course, is Manhattan, beautiful black and white cinematography. His probably his most famous film, Annie Hall. It took me a few viewings to really appreciate this as much as I do now, although I think it's just in the back end of my top 10 Woody Allens. Actually, I do have a Woody Allen ranking video, which I will put the link down in the description also. And yeah, also on DVD, I have got rid of some of the DVDs of Woody Allen, hoping to get the Blu-rays when they eventually come out. I got rid of Play It Again Sam, which he didn't direct, but he wrote and starred, and it's very much a Woody Allen film, so I'm hoping to get that on Blu-ray. Husbands and Wives, and Hannah and Her Sisters. Hannah and Her Sisters actually has a Blu-ray release, I just haven't got around to it yet. But of these DVDs, the one that I would like to replace on Blu-ray is Manhattan Murder Mystery, which is my absolute favourite from Woody Allen. Such good fun. Alan Alda is awesome. But these other ones I'm quite happy with the DVD release. You've got Portaway Danny Rose. Or anything else, I just picked this up for $2. There's a lesser Woody Allen film, but I think it gets more grief than it deserves. It's still very entertaining, and Woody is great in a supporting role here. Mighty Aphrodite used to be one of my favourites, but I just find Mira Sorvino, she won the Oscar for this, I believe, but I just find her too annoying, her voice too annoying. But I love all the Greek tragedy stuff in it. And Celebrity, I really enjoyed this film. I think Kenneth Branagh was really good in this. Quite a few Woody Allen films there, and some few I'm going to be adding back into the collection. Okay, so that's it. That's numbers 8, 7, 6, and 5. And next video we'll be doing the top 4. Thanks for watching. Check out the links in the description, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow for the final part of the countdown. Let's see who it is.